Give you guys a second to come in. Hopefully, it's not too early for the collective. So, I woke up this morning in rare form. That's why the camera's covered. I haven't even gotten myself together yet. And I had a very strange dream, gang. A very strange dream. What's good, Cynthia? And I wanted to talk to the collective about it, okay? So, the first part of the dream, I was talking to a girlfriend of mine. We really don't, excuse me, I'm sneezing as well. Um, yes, I know, because I'm still like looking crazy this morning, so that's why I covered the camera. But let me just say, I had a dream that I was talking to a girlfriend of mine now. This girlfriend that I was talking to, we're cool, but we're connected through somebody. So it's not, uh, let's say, normal for her and I to be on the phone. What's good, Rose JP? So anyway, we were talking on the phone, and the phone was having problems, right? So we decided to switch to text, and it was like some kind of weird thing on the phone where it would tell you basically like you could choose when you wanted to respond, and it said 8, 10, and 12. So basically, what she was saying was like, when should we pick up this conversation again? And it was like a choice, okay? And when I tried to hit the to respond to the three choices, normally when a phone dies, the screen just goes blank, right? This was not like that. It was like flashing. The screen was having problems, like something was going on with the phones. So that was the first part of the dream. After that, because in the dream, I guess I had recently woken up. So I went and we were in a house that was not my house. It looked like we were, maybe it was an Airbnb. I don't know what it was. Anyway, I was going into the restroom, into the bathroom, and a cat followed me. It was a brown and black cat. And the cat followed me in. And when I opened the door to the bathroom, there was a brindle a pit bull. And as soon as they spotted each other, it was like on and popping. And I was disoriented. I had some weird ass skirt on. It was like a tulle skirt that you would put on underneath like a wedding gown or like a tutu type. And it was like the cat and the dog were fighting, and the cat's nails had gotten stuck in the tutu, and I was trying to divide them. And then the next thing I know, was good, Tamila. Then the next thing I know, it switches from the cats fighting, and then there's this bridge. Now, this bridge, you know how a lot of bridges they have structures that go above where the part where you drive on, like usually metal. This one did not. It was just a cement bridge, right? But there was these like construction, I don't know if they were cranes or whatever, but there was three huge cement blocks that were suspended over the middle of the bridge at the highest point. I guess they were doing construction. You could see the construction crews, but that was the only thing that was elevated above the bridge. In other words, there was no poles, right? There was just a regular cement bridge, and then you saw these construction vehicles and cranes or whatever holding up these three cement slabs. So as uh, as the people that I'm with are approaching and we're on the walkway, we're not on the driving part, which is strange too, because I don't like walking over bridges, but we were on the walkway part of the bridge on the right side, okay? And as we're walking in a line, um, the bridge is kind of like you feel movement, and the floor of what we're walking on, it looks strange. It looks like it's under construction too. And as we approach getting to the highest part is when we could start seeing like the slabs are up high. And all of a sudden you hear like a rumbling, and the slab that is most to the right, because there was three, fell. And when it fell, it hit I guess, the walkway and probably the most right lane of the bridge. And when it hit, it rumbled and it shook. And I got really scared. So I started screaming, no, 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 like, don't go any further. And my partner was ahead of me. And, there were other people on the bridge. It just wasn't us. And I saw him like try to grab onto the sides because they were like metal, I shouldn't say metal, like cement blocks, that block the side, like railings, right? To enclose where you would walk on. And the after it shook and that slab fell down, the slab ahead of us, but where he was, where other people were, that slab just fell in. It just collapsed. And I turned to my son who was standing behind me, and I started screaming, go, 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 like go back. But you could feel the velocity of the bridge starting to concave in. So my son outweighs me by a lot. So it was like I wasn't able to really prevent the the motion that was coming. And I woke up screaming, screaming. The bridge was collapsing. So what does this mean? I'm not really sure, but I feel like this is talking about construction mishaps. This is talking about structures falling. This is talking about separation of groups. This is about, because like I said, there were people ahead and there were people behind, right? Um, I felt like, and I don't know what caused the slab to fall. I don't know because, like I said, right before the slab fell, it already felt like the bridge was shaking. So did the slab fall because there was something already happening to the bridge, like because it was over water, right? Or was it that the slab caused it? So I don't know which preceded which, okay? But it was very vivid. And when I woke up, it reminded me of a dream that I had had a few months back where I was on a pier, or I should say a dock, and there were a lot of people on the dock, and there was a boat, a big, I don't know if it was a cruise ship or it was like one of those barges, but as it was approaching the dock and it was nighttime, something was happening with the water. It was like a big wave, but since it was dark, you couldn't see it, but like I could hear it. And I started screaming and telling the people to run the opposite direction from the pier. And as I was saying that, the boat kind of like, what do they call it when trucks, when the back tail of the truck spins out and it's gonna lose control? It's like jackknife. So basically, the boat was jackknifing from the wave, and it was so bad that the boat was about to capsize, like it was about to go sideways because of the strength of the wave. And as I saw the boat starting to tilt, I was screaming because I knew that once the boat fell on its side, the wave was going to hit the dock. So both of these dreams, what's good, Trisha, they gave me the same sensation, right? About, and in that one, it was more like the natural disaster was causing a disaster. Now, I don't know if it, with the bridge dream, if it was the same, that, maybe there was something happening to the structure of the bridge, and then, the slab was like the final thing, right? Or if it was the slab falling that caused it. But either way, these dreams were very unsettling and they feel almost connected. Okay. So I got up and I actually texted Camilla like right away. I woke her up like, oh my God. Right. And then I went online and started to look at bridges that might have fallen. And it seems like something happened. I think it was in Missouri, maybe like a few days ago, but I don't think it was that one. This seems more serious, more serious. Um, so I don't know exactly what Spirit is trying to say, but as I started to look that up, some things were coming up about the solar flares and how just for the last, so I had read an article a couple days ago talking about how these solar flares are kind of strong, but they're like A, B, and C type solar waves and solar flares, and that we shouldn't be concerned that it's not an M solar flare. Well, I think 2 days ago we had an M solar flare, and that's the type that and this is like within days of each other. These articles are coming out. So I don't know why they couldn't tell that there was going to be a difference, like it was going to jump from C to M type solar flares in less than days. But then while I'm looking this up about the bridges, it comes up that two huge sunspots appeared on the sun in a matter of days. So things are definitely ratcheting up very, very quickly. Very quickly. Okay. I feel like what Spirit is saying is that we have to have our heads on a swivel right now. Okay. We have to have our heads on a swivel. Try to avoid, if at all possible, construction sites, okay, or unstable structures. Now, these also could be relationships. In my woke state, in my sphere this week, there have been deaths. There have been um, quite serious splits of long-standing commitments. There have been people discovering not only infidelity but like addictions. Like this is things are layers are being pulled away, guys. Okay, so this bridge could be an actual bridge, or this could be the collapsing of what we know to be our foundation. Okay, so I feel like Spirit is saying we need to prepare ourselves for things that could be unnerving or could be so shocking that it makes you feel like the floor has gone out from under you. So take it in a 5D and a 3D. Okay, that and Uranus is retrograde, and Mercury is about to go retrograde. It's already in shadow. Um, so there's a lot going on in the collective right now. Okay, there's a lot going on, and we should definitely be paying mind to what we feel. When I was on the bridge right before the cement fell, I had an extremely uneasy feeling. It was like we were walking on the bridge, and when I looked down, it was like the rhubarb, for those of you who know what that is, that's like the metal rods that they use inside the cement to keep it like firm. It was like the rhubarb was exposed, right? So it was like the walkway itself wasn't poured or it had been torn up for repair. And I felt like, why the fuck are we walking on this? That was like as soon as I saw it, like it's not something that I would ever do. Okay. So it's like, let's say it's in the 5D. It's like realizing something that's so, uh, that doesn't align with you so much that it feels completely unsafe. That was the feeling I had. And then, like, within 10 seconds, that shit happened, right? So, Spirit could be saying, follow your intuition immediately. Don't second guess it. Go with it immediately. If you have a bad feeling, get the fuck out of Dodge. Whether this is in a relationship, whether this is in a physical location, okay? What Spirit is saying is that now things are too, what's up, Pink? Things are too chaotic for you not to be listening to your body. Because I felt it in the pit of my stomach. I felt it through, like, course through my physicality. So what Spirit is saying is, if you get an intuition about something not being right, you know, rather be wrong later and then be like, oh, okay, well, I was wrong about that, than be right and end up fucked up in some way. Okay, so Spirit is saying, pay attention to your intuition and move accordingly. Okay, guys, move accordingly because it happens so quick. What's good, Frequency Connect? It happens so quickly. And once that piece of the bridge fell out, it was like sheer panic, but the momentum was going. I had a weird premonition this morning. It was like a dream, but it was right before I wake up. And that's the other thing. Spirit normally, so I rarely really sleep by what maybe most people would say sleep, right? So I'm mostly conscious even when I'm sleeping because I've been astral traveling for so long. But if Spirit wants me to really remember something, they'll give it to me right before I wake up. Okay? Because I have like an agreement with my guides as to how to show me things. So this was right before I woke up. Okay? So I know that there's a message in there. Okay? How we need to apply that is, up to interpretation. Okay, but in the dream, it moved so quickly, there was no time. Once that piece fell out of the bridge, it was like the body was up against a velocity that could not be, it's like you couldn't go back. Like, yes, you might know it, but would you be able to move fast enough and beat the velocity of like the structure falling? Okay, and like, guys, I actually literally woke up screaming, and I don't do that shit. Okay, so I feel like Spirit is saying that there's things, foundations, whether this be in your personal life, in physical structures. Okay, they're falling away now. Okay, and we got to be willing to listen to our intuition and move accordingly quickly. There may not be time for second guessing, is what I'm getting, guys. Okay, so hopefully, it was just a dream, but I feel like it was so vivid, that and then I woke up again. When I woke up, I like I told you, I went to go look about what is happening, if it anything with bridges, and they were talking about Mississippi flooding, and the mayor basically telling people to get out. Okay, so some shit ain't right. Maybe there's gonna be flooding that it actually affects a bridge's foundation. I don't know. But I feel like when I have dreams like that, I'm always going to share them with you, because usually they come more encoded messages and things like that. This was different, guys. This was different. I felt a sense of collective terror. Okay. And when I think about what I was envisioning, imagine those guys that was in the cranes or that was up there. Okay. So it wasn't just me, there were people. The bridge was open. The bridge was open. Okay, so like I said, this could be a thing of foundations in our relationships falling away. Like I said, there have been many people going through really heavy shit this week that I know of in my personal sphere, and that's quite possible. But I really got the feeling like something ain't right. Okay, and I just want to, she had a dream about a bridge last night too. And how I mentioned I don't have water in my chart. Yeah, definitely reach out to me. But guys, that shit was weird as fuck. All right. And, maybe it was just a message for me, but I doubt it. I doubt it, guys. Spirit has really been giving me a lot of stuff. And this could show up in different people's lives in different ways. Okay. But this is about the foundations of maybe what you believe or what we know to be true, or actual physical foundations, things that you rely on, structures. There's everything is in flux. Okay, and that was the other weird thing, was that it felt like the bridge was moving even before the cement thing fell. That's what caused me to look down. And when I looked down and saw the exposed rhubarb, I was like, what the fuck are we doing on this bridge? Right? And in the dream, I don't even know where we were going. But for some reason, we were trying to walk across the bridge on the walkways. Usually they have walkways on either side of the bridge. So I'm just giving you guys the information. Okay. I guess in some ways it could also be like, some bridges have where a layer goes up so that way a boat could pass. It could have been something like that too. Okay. I just wanted to give you guys the message because I felt super uneasy, and I never wake up screaming. Like, I am really not a person that resonates with the frequency of fear. Okay, so I just wanted to give you guys that message. For those of you that um, didn't see the world reading on Patreon, it was about time, okay, and the rotation of the planet and aging and all this stuff. So, if you guys are interested, you can, join the Patreon. But listen, this shit was crazy. Y'all need to be paying attention to your surroundings at all times. If you feel something shifting, you know, whether it's in the physical or otherwise, it's time to get the fuck away. Okay? So I just wanted to come on real quick. I'm gonna try to get my life together now, but I definitely wanted to give you guys the message. It really sat uneasy with me, and I just wanted you guys to know that this is something about the foundations. Could be the foundations of our life, or this could actually be structural foundations. Okay, so please pay attention to your surroundings. Okay, um, yeah, that's pretty much the message I have for you guys. All right. I'm wishing you all light and love and blessings on blessings. Namaste, gang gang. Bye.